Hi guys, my name is Shane Cashin, and you are watching Tennis Ninja TV. Aloha guys, welcome back to Tennis Ninja TV. I am your host Shane Cashin, the Tennis Ninja, and guys, I not only am excited because we have a great guest today, but I feel like $1,000,000 because I got a haircut, guys, for the first time in 3 months, and I recently even got engaged. So life is good. God is good. And, but enough about me. Let's get to our guest, guys. I have someone special here with us who's going to share an incredible story about her tennis journey so far. Guys, she is a 3-time Hawaii High School state champion for the Mililani Trojans. 3 championships in a row, by the way, that she won over there. She went on to play Division I college tennis at the University of Oregon. Go Ducks. And now she's actually a touring pro, as well as serving as a teaching pro at the Kyler Racket Club. Guys, say hello to Alyssa Tobita. Alyssa, thanks for coming on board.
Yeah, of course.
So Alyssa, you had a life basically on the court, really, and all of a sudden, for 2 months, there's maybe no life or no tennis, really. And now you're back on the court. So what's been happening in the world of Alyssa?
Well, it was actually kind of crazy because when the COVID thing started, I was actually in Mexico playing, and they stopped the tournament literally in the middle, like after they made a decision, and everyone after that match, like the next matches weren't played, and then everyone just kind of left and picked up and went. So it was kind of hard training to play a bunch of tournaments and getting it cut short. I've been doing a lot of bonding with my family, I would say, and doing house projects and stuff. And um, it was a nice break, I guess. Obviously the circumstances kind of suck, but it was a nice break to just be able to relax and kind of do what I wanted to do and not feel so busy and hectic. And yeah, I feel rejuvenated, I guess.
But I know you've been keeping busy with other projects too during this time. Like I started Tennis Ninja, and you were creating masks, and I discovered your Toby tutorials. I mean, what's the passion behind that?
Well, my makeup page has been something that I actually started in college, and I didn't even wear makeup until college, really. I was never the person to like dress up, and I'm really lazy. I get up right before I'm supposed to leave the house, so I'm not gonna spend too much time getting ready and stuff. But in college I found like this huge passion for makeup, which was like the most random thing ever, and everybody around me who knew me thought it was so random. And yeah, it was just something that I don't really know how it even happened, but eventually my friends were like, you should just post it for, your own, because you enjoy it. And I wasn't doing it for anybody or anyone. I was just doing it because I literally just had so much fun doing it. And eventually it turned into this page. And I mean, it's not a big one, but it's more for myself. So that's kind of why I have it at all, and people do enjoy it, so it's been exciting. And some of my friends have asked me to do their makeup, or like I've done a couple prom makeups for some people I know. So it's nothing really. Eventually I would want it to become a career in a way. I actually was thinking about going into cosmetology school, but
Oh, cool.
that's a little maybe later in the future. And so I haven't been doing actually that much of that during this break because I started doing the mask thing, and
Mm.
that takes a long time. I didn't know that sewing would be so tiring, but it's it's really fun, and me and my mom have really bonded over it because we're kind of doing it together. And it's definitely kept me busy, so I'm happy that I had that started. But yeah, that's basically all I've been doing over the quarantine.
Alyssa, let's get to the meat and potatoes. I want to hear your story as a junior because, in Hawaii, everybody's grown up and they've heard the name Alyssa Tobita at one point in time. And I know you're super humble about it. But I remember meeting you in high school, and I myself as a coach, I was even inspired by what you were doing on the court. But what were the origin stories like of Alyssa as a junior? I mean, take us through progression on when you started to when you finished high school?
I mean, I started really young, and kind of my parents were the ones who were playing tennis, and I saw them. I guess they were taking lessons, and I would kind of just be there since I was so young, and had to accompany them. So I mean, I guess I just, they bought me a little tiny racket, and I would try and hit and play around. And eventually, when I was a little older, I got to this point where I could actually hit the ball back and forth with them at I guess, a very young age. And from there, I did play other sports. I played softball, and I was really into musical theater and stuff. But eventually, it came to a point where they were like, tennis is something that I really have potential in growing. And I grew up on public courts, and I grew up at a public school. So go OIA, I'm a huge, huge OIA supporter. And yeah, I mean, a lot of it was playing tennis at night, and playing a lot of tournaments because my parents worked late, so I had to play later at night. So it was just at a lot of tennis at Lehua Park, actually. Honestly, I don't remember much. I can't even talk on that. But going through high school, yeah, 3 singles championships, which is pretty awesome. And I'm thankful for all the people who have helped me to get to where I am and where I was in high school. And yeah, I've just been really lucky.
When I especially coach kids, and I tell young girls especially about you and what you've done, they get inspired by that. And in the end of the day, it's all like, well, you know what, she was just like you at one point, so she
Mhm.
started at a young age, and it wasn't just championships left and right immediately. It was, she had to work her way into it. So I mean, is that kind of what it felt like to you at that time?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely knew, I had potential to become a really good player. And um, especially as a small, tiny girl, like, there have definitely been people who have told me, like, you'll never get anywhere with my game style, and just how small I am and all that stuff. I've heard things that just, people make excuses about, you know someone of my stature kind of coming out there and playing a ugly game sometimes, but sends a message to the younger kids when you talk about how hard work, like, really gets you places, and how, like, you kind of have to be the person that believes in yourself. um you have to have, yeah, you have to have that belief within yourself. But like you said, all of them, they're starting in the position I was in. So it's definitely possible for any of them to get to where I am based on how much, if they put in the hard work and they have the passion for it, that it'll definitely pay off in the end.
Are there any standout moments you still remember from the Trojan days?
Um, I mean, there are a lot of good memories back then. We were a really close team. That was some of the best moments that I've ever had. And there, this is kind of funny, but there is one moment when my coach, I think it was before my junior year, we were warming up for my finals match, and the last shot, he hit it high in the air. He was like, okay, this is how you're gonna win the match, a swing volley, and that'll be the last shot. And I was like, yeah, right, okay, whatever. And then during the match, yeah, like the last point, match point, I hit a swing volley for a winner. And then we were just like, oh my god. And so sometimes we kind of talk about that again. But yeah, I mean, there are so many good memories from then, and I wouldn't even say, you know that was just one of them. But a lot of them weren't necessarily just about the wins I had, but as a team. I remember one time we won a really close match, I think, against Pearl City, and I was like jumping up and down, and I was like running around, and then I twisted my ankle.
Oh,
And then randomly, yeah. So actually, yeah, it's just dumb stuff like that. But that was a really good time in my life.
Alyssa, let's move on to your college experience now. That is where I know for you things got next level, in
Mhm.
terms of, things from your nickname to your game to people you met along the way. And I mean, it's probably a lot to sum up in 4 years in a few short minutes here, but take us through some highlights of your college tennis experience.
I mean, if team meant a lot in high school, man. Team meant it was like on another level in college. The people I met are gonna be my friends forever. They're literally family to me. I always preach to the younger kids when they have me come out and talk to some of the clinics and stuff. Like, if you want to play college tennis, like, you don't even have to be at the highest level. Like, there's a level for everybody there, and I just think it's the most rewarding experience you could ever have. The people who you meet there are just gonna become people who you can't imagine your life without. And I mean, I was so lucky. I had the most amazing 4 years. I met the most amazing people, and my team, they believed in the same things that I did, which was like hard work and really, getting down and getting in there and just like grinding it out every day. And so I was really lucky. I had a really amazing coach who really pushed me, and it seems all glamorous on the outside, but there are some times that were really, really hard. And I mean, I'd be crying, and there's team emotions and all that stuff. But the things that came out of it that were like such huge accomplishments. We had a lot of firsts for Oregon as a program, and um, playing in the Pac-12, it's like the highest level. So I was just so lucky to have had the experience I had, and I grew so much really in all aspects. I grew so much playing at Oregon.
Because I've talked to several people so far, like Kaylee Rossing, one of my coaches, Raiden Murata. Then they've
Mm-hmm.
shared their experiences, and they say college tennis, and even some people I didn't interview, college tennis is an experience that they will never forget. And
Mm-hmm.
most of them would say if they could do it again, they would do it again. Would you kind of fall into that too?
Oh yes, I mean, I would do it again. It's something that you take for granted while you're doing it, but when you look back, man, you just miss it so much, and competing next to your teammates, and that's something that you don't get in other tennis experiences. Obviously, like, that is just something that is like not, you can't replicate that anywhere. So definitely highly, highly, highly uh support anybody who wants to play college tennis. Like I said, like, you don't have to think that you need to be like the best player in the whole world to play college tennis. Like, that's why I want people to like realize that that's a good dream for you to have, no matter what. Like, you can play at any level, and you just got to work hard.
Tell us, your experience as Alyssa the Oregon Duck on the court. What was that like, battling match after match for 4 years? Take us through your progression.
So yeah, my freshman year, our team, we just got a new coach, and so it was about her developing our team and kind of um yeah, I actually didn't get recruited by her either, so it was definitely a new face. But man, she worked us hard, and I'm so grateful for it every single day. She taught me what discipline, basically what discipline, consistency, hard work can do for you. And me and my team really benefited from that. Even though every single day of conditioning and every second of it sucked so badly, I'm really grateful for it. Like, I cannot even emphasize how important I think all of everything on a tennis court is. Like, not only just the hitting, but the mental and like the physical and the conditioning and all that stuff. And I think that a lot of kids don't understand that. And I was lucky too, because I know that some colleges don't even stress that, and I don't, it doesn't help the player be an all-around player. And I think that's something that our team really understood. So my freshman year, it was tough, and we had some players who weren't really on board all the way, but as my years progressed, our team became a whole unit who completely and fully believed in this idea of where we wanted to go. And I mean, in my junior year, I think we beat a Cal school for the first time ever. When we beat USC, I clinched on that match, and
Wow.
then we beat UCLA, I think, in the Pac-12 tournament, so that we beat two Cal schools in a year, which was never done before. We reached like a high ranking of 17. Me and my doubles partner, we won the Northwest Regional doubles title, and we had like a high ranking of 10. So there are definitely some things some accomplishments that I've reach that I definitely didn't think I could, but hard work and belief and the right people around you can like really allow you to break the barriers of what you thought you could reach. And yeah, I mean, like I said, there was nothing that will ever replace the feelings of how I was and how I felt in college. So I'm very grateful.
Guys, local girl, Division 1 college tennis. Isn't that awesome? You could be that one day, if you're a kid watching this right now. Just saying. But and then this one day comes where Oregon ends up playing the University of Hawaii at Hawaii in Manoa, and you end up playing against, our home team, where I had to either cheer for local girl or for UH. And I still look at it as conflicted, but I found some video of it actually. Maybe I'll post it down the road of that match. What was that like, Alyssa, coming back to Hawaii, kind of as the bad guy, but yet still the good guy? You know what I mean?
I didn't know there was even video of that, so that's surprising. But I was very excited, and actually my coach made it a point for all of us to try and play kind of like in our hometown or a home area. And for me, obviously, there's only one place we can really play. So that was really exciting. And oh my gosh, the support that I had from people who I haven't seen in so long coming out to watch me play. Oh my gosh, it meant so much. It was funny because I actually got really sick that morning, and I was throwing up everywhere. I don't know if it was just nerves or something, but I was like, my coach was like, oh, like, are you going to play? And I was like, I want to play so badly. And, I really wanted to play in front of everybody. So I kind of sucked it up and I played, and I was definitely struggling out there, but I got the win and it helped my team. It was a really close match. But yeah, I mean, it was awesome.
And, I've gone to several UH matches since then, and still, that match I remember was the most people probably ever seen at a University of Hawaii college match, because there was like, an average of maybe 10 people showing up to these matches. But that day there was like what felt like 300 people on the court to watch a non-Hawaii UH player. And I was like, wow, like this girl's pretty special. So, I just had to bring up that experience to see if you still remembered that. Now, where does this story of Toby come from? We don't know where that is, but you do. Where did that came from?
I mean, it was just a nickname that my teammates gave me because Alyssa was too long. You gotta have that 2-syllable name or 1-syllable name. So, yeah, eventually somebody just came up with Toby, and man, that stuck hard. I don't know if anybody at Oregon even knows that my real name is Alyssa, honestly. So, yeah, people would introduce me and I would be like, oh, my name, hi, like my name's Alyssa. And they're like, no, like, this is Toby. I've told you about her. Like, it's like, that was my identity, and I've kind of embraced that, and I love it. It's like when people call me Toby from my teammates, it just it melts my heart. It means a lot to me when they do that. So haven't heard that in quite a while. I kind of got to talk to my teammates again soon and hear that.
Alyssa, you had an incredible career up to even this point so far. I mean, and then you go off and you start playing tournaments and you're considered a pro tennis player now. I mean, I'm sure that probably sunk in at one point, but you're living the dream that some of these kids have, they dream about one day even doing. Take us through what that's been like.
I mean, it's been really hard from the transition from college to professional. Like I said, you have your team and all of that stuff, and you have so many resources at college. You have your weight room, you have your trainers, you have the nutritionist, you have all of that stuff, your coaches. You don't pay for anything, you don't have to schedule anything. And now all of that literally just disappears. It was a really hard transition for me, and one that I didn't know if I wanted to even go through. But a lot of people encouraged me to do it, so I thought, why not try it out and see, kind of just have the experience. I did what I could. I still had to come back here and work to make some money to be able to go and afford the traveling at all. But I was really lucky. I got to travel with my old coach from Hawaii, Blake Mosley, and he took me to Mexico for a month, and we had a great time there, sightseeing and everything. And he took me through my first tournaments, and I did really well there. And I've done some I've done really well in doubles. Singles has been a lot more challenging, but it's just an experience that's really, really exciting. It's opened my eyes to see how many people play tennis like at such a high level, and even see the range of players, and know that like my tennis isn't actually that far off from people who I've even looked up to. I mean, I got to play Whitney Osugwe in Hawaii, and I've played players that I've even played in college actually, who came from some of the cow schools. So it's been really exciting. I'm very lucky to have this experience, and that I'm able to even travel and stuff like that. But with this whole COVID thing, it makes it really hard. So I don't know what the future holds really, but I'm happy that I've got to experience it at all.
You know, like I said, you basically are fulfilling a dream of yours, and a lot of these kids still down here, they look up to that, you know, and they want to do that one day. But it's motivating to see a local girl, you know, from our state do that, and just to even say you're a pro is that's words you can't take away, and it's yours forever, Alyssa. So we're all really proud of you. But you know, like, I went and saw you at the Hawaii Open, you know, for example, like, you know, a few months ago, and you were playing, was it Yanina Wickmayer? And it was like a year before that, another local boy we have, Andre Illigan, was playing Christian Harrison. And, you know, these are like, you know, these are pro level matches. And it's funny because the crowd and the size and the loudness of the crowd was probably louder in your match, Alyssa, that whole tournament this past December than any other match. So it shows the local support is out there for you.
I'm so lucky to have the people supporting me, and yeah, I'm grateful for all the support, and I'm happy to be the local girl in the tournament. I'm so lucky.
But, you know, I want to ask on a technical aspect, just because I'm sure the tennis player in you would relate. What's it like getting to adjust to the pro level speed of the game versus college or even high school? Has that been a transition for you?
I wouldn't say I noticed the high school level to college level necessarily, because we were practicing every single day, so I couldn't really compare it. Um, the transition was like more eased into it, I guess, but the pro level was definitely different. The range of players is very large, um, especially at the lower levels, like I'm playing. But you know, the high level of tennis players and the professional are really high level, and it's kind of cool to see how all these players have to push themselves, and you know, do their own drills and have their own coaches, and
Mm.
it's very different from college. There's a different expectation. It's not necessarily your own motivation, although it is at the same time, but you have just so many people around you, and professionals all by yourself. But game wise, there's not a huge gap. I guess it's a smaller gap than I thought. Like, I wouldn't think that I would be able to play professionally, but seeing the people there, it's like I know I can. It's definitely just different, just mentally. I would say more.
I gotta just ask you, at when all is said and done and the work is being put in, you're out on the court doing this, it must be super fun still.
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, especially for doubles, man, like playing those tournaments were so fun, and being able to see my hard work pay off was really, yeah, it was exciting and stuff. But working hard and then being able to go there and kind of see your hard work pay off, it's really exciting. But then you got to come home and do it all over again. So it's tough, but yeah, like you said, it is rewarding.
Now, Alyssa, you did mention you coming back to Hawaii once in a while to, you know, earn some income to be able to survive out there and just get started. And you took a teaching position at the Kailo Racket Club. And here you are working with juniors just like you at one point. So what's that been like, going from player to coach all of a sudden, and even switch positions here and there?
Yeah, I mean, it's it's exciting to see the talent and the young players who have like so much passion for the game. There's some kids that we can't keep off the court. There's some who obviously don't want to be there as much, which I can relate to as well, because it's not like you want to be there every day when you're that age. You don't know what you don't really see the future and see what you want to be doing, especially the younger kids. But yeah, it's really fun to see how I can incorporate things that I've learned and kind of allow them to grow at a younger age and maybe expose them to higher level drills and techniques and um, just teach them about hard work and, discipline and respect and stuff like that. Things that, don't necessarily need to be related to tennis, but at the same time just relate to being a good person in life. And I think that's something that I learned in college that I really, really, really want to teach the people that I'm coaching, because I think it's so important to learn these kind of things. And yeah, so I think that's something that I've really enjoyed doing, because I want them to be good people. And I I really adore my kids. Like, I
Hmm.
didn't think that I could enjoy being with them that much, but man, they're really they are a lot, and they are just a joy to be around, and man, they make me laugh, but they also make me angry too. So I think those are important things that I'm excited to try and bring in my own experience as a player and what I've learned to people who maybe might have this dream but don't know it yet.
When I heard you were getting into that, helping the kids out, didn't matter where, I was like, oh man, she's gonna have a blast just because these kids they're so special, and just giving back, to kids in general is huge, especially when, they've been in your shoes before. Have you
Mhm.
seen yourself in some of these kids at times? Like you were there?
Their experience is a little different than mine, but I'm definitely trying to encourage them to kind of follow in some of the footsteps I had and kind of grow their competitiveness. It's so fun, and especially seeing the bond that they have with the other kids who they play with. That's something that I definitely had when I was growing up, and I still spend time with all of them to this day. Like, those are also some of my best friends, that I've had, that I'm gonna have for the rest of my life. So I love seeing, I know it's a lot about the tennis, but it's also about the social. So it's nice to see that they all can enjoy playing this amazing sport together.
Several times I've had to stop what I'm doing and just kind of look at my kids and be like, wow, I was just like you at one point. Like I was really fired up about the game. And yeah, I agree. We're like, you don't know what's ahead, but you
Mhm.
just go for it and just try, because coaches say, I believe in you. And that's
Mhm.
all it takes. And, it's a special thing to work with kids. So I'm really stoked you're doing that, Alyssa. Have you had any of your kids show up like to any of the events or stuff you played around the island? Come support you?
Um, well, when I was playing at UH, I hadn't really started at Kahlua yet, so they haven't actually had that many opportunities to watch me, but definitely, I know that a lot of people commented on stuff at the Hawaii Open, especially since it was on TV. So a lot of people commented on that, and I know that some of the kids were like, "Wow, that's so cool" and stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, that was pretty cool." But hopefully they got inspired. I don't know. They don't wanna give me too much credit, I think sometimes, but yeah.
Well, Alyssa, we have reached one of my favorite parts of the interview, which is my rapid fire question round. And basically, what'll happen is real quick, I'll run through some questions for you, keep the answers short, and answer them the best you can. And we'll have some fun with this, and we'll kind of wrap this interview up in a second. So, are you ready to go?
Okay. Sure.
All right, cool. Alyssa Tobita, what is your favorite color?
Blue. It changes every day.
What's your favorite music artist?
Oh, Julia Michaels.
Julia Michaels, right on. Role model growing up?
Honestly, don't know if I had one.
A lot to choose from, probably, maybe too much,
Yes.
right? Understood. Favorite movie?
A Walk to Remember. so into chick flicks.
Oh,
So
nice. Awesome. Most memorable Hawaii tennis experience.
that's that's not fair. Um,
There's a lot to choose from. I know. I'm
I
sorry.
guess Hawaii Open. I have to say that one, I guess.
Favorite tennis courts in Hawaii. Where do you like to hit?
My Mililani district, just because it's so close to my house, mostly. Those are like my home courts, I would say.
Awesome. I'll make sure to keep the paparazzis out when you go hit. Favorite beach.
Pray for sets.
Where's that? Is that one of those secret local spots I'm not supposed to know?
It's not super secret. It's on the west side though. I think the west side is the prettiest beaches ever.
Favorite place to eat.
This is so hard. I'll just say EGD Key.
EGD Key. Oh man, I love that place. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Hawaii clothing of choice.
What does that mean?
So let's say you come back to the islands, right? After going around, let's say you tour, or you're in Oregon for a couple of years, you come back here. I mean, what is it? Slippers, tank top, shorts, what?
Bikini.
Bikini. Oh man. Go see your Instagram, guys. You'll understand that girl right here. Singles or doubles?
Doubles.
Favorite pro tennis player?
Myself.
No shame. I love it. Favorite Grand Slam to watch?
I'd say Wimbledon, just because it's so classy.
Wow. Wimbledon is dominating these rapid fire questions, guys. I think no one else has said any other slams. We'll get some love to you guys. Relax.
Weird.
Wimbledon is pretty good, I will say.
Mm-hmm.
If you could give one tip to an aspiring junior player or a beginner, what would you want them to know from Alyssa? I probably really put you on the spot here.
That's not a rapid fire question. I would say this is a Oprah Winfrey quote. Hold on, it's on my door. Mom's taped it there. I can't quote it wrong.
Oh man, we're leaving the editing room, guys.
It's
real here.
Here, this is it.
Oh gosh, it's right there.
Yeah. I believe luck is preparation meeting opportunity. If you hadn't been prepared when the opportunity came along, you wouldn't have been lucky.
Oh my gosh, she was prepared, guys. I did not see that coming.
Well, that's just something that I think is so important because like the success that people have has not been like happened overnight, and I think it's like important to see that if something's not happening instantly, it doesn't mean that you should give up on it, because you just have to be kind of lucky that the opportunity comes to you. So preparation is, I'm explaining this really bad, but that's just be prepared at all times and don't be discouraged by lack of instant success, because eventually the opportunity will come and you'll be prepared to take it. And I can't be as good as Oprah Winfrey, so I can't say it that well, but that's the quote.
Well, no worries. You're Oprah Winfrey to us, Alyssa. Alyssa, you have the floor. I wanted to leave things open for closing thoughts. Do you want to say anything to the Hawaii tennis community, or in this case, your former college or high school teammates?
I'm just thankful for everyone who's been in my life and who's been a part of my journey. And like I said, the people who have supported me in Hawaii, I'm so grateful for all that they've done for me, all the love that they've given me. And to my teammates, both high school and college, I'm very thankful for you for making my experience and my life so amazing. I have been so lucky. I would not have changed anything that's happened to me, good or bad. And I'm just thankful for every person who's had an impact on my life.
Thank you for coming here to share your story and take time out of your day to hang out with us. And, I really wish you the best moving forward with whichever path you take in your career on and off the court. So thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you for tuning in to Tennis Ninja TV, guys. I hope you enjoyed this interview, guys. I will again include links down in the description below when we come out with this to, all the things Alyssa's been a part of, such as the Oregon Ducks, Mililani, the Hawaii Open. I mean, you name it. Maybe I'll even throw every link, every video I have of her. I don't know. Anyway, But, guys, just have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. God bless, guys, and aloha. Be safe.